Good morning, children. Today we'll discuss about antenna bandwidth. Let us go with the presentation. Antenna bandwidth, or it is represented with delta omega. Generally, if you consider the performance of the performance of antenna depends upon various characteristics such as antenna gain, side lobe level, standing wave ratio SWR, antenna impedance, radiation pattern, antenna polarization, front to back ratio FBR, etc. So many characteristics we have. So, for the performance of the antenna, it depends upon all these characteristics. And how can we define this antenna bandwidth? It is different from that means it depends upon the parameters which we are using for the performance of the antenna. Suppose if we consider the parameters standing wave ratio or antenna impedance, so we have a particular definition. Or if we consider any antenna gain or polarization, we will have different definition. But generally, if you see in the computer language, antenna bandwidth, which we can say it as data transfer rate. The synonym for this antenna bandwidth it is data transfer rate. Now, let us go with these parameters: antenna gain, side lobe level, standing wave ratio, antenna impedance, radiation pattern. All these. Let us go see all these things. First, we will discuss about antenna gain. So, what is antenna gain? If you consider any antenna, the antenna converts input power into the radio waves in a specified direction. Antenna converts input power into radio waves in a specified direction is nothing but antenna gain. Now let us see the side lobe level. So we have an idea on this side lobe level. We can see in the radiation pattern, and in the radiation pattern we have major lobes, nulls, side lobe levels. So many levels we have, and here if we consider whenever we are transmitting the power into the by using the antenna, we will use mostly major lobe or main lobe. So here major lobe it is nothing but what is major lobe? Major lobe is the in the intended direction. Major lobe is in the intended direction and containing maximum radiation. So any lobe other than the intended direction is called the side lobe, or we can say it as beam. So any lobe other than intended direction, or any lobe other than the intended direction or major lobe is nothing but the side lobe level we can say here. So now let us see standing wave ratio. So before we go to the standing wave ratio, let us see the antenna impedance. So what is antenna impedance? If we consider the transmission line, so in the transmission lines, impedance is nothing but it is the ratio of voltage to the current. Z equals to voltage by current. So in the transmission line, impedance is nothing but it is the ratio of voltage to the current. Now let us go for the standing wave ratio SWR. What is standing wave ratio? If impedance mismatches, which results in the standing waves. If impedance mismatches, which results in the standing waves along the transmission line. So standing wave ratio is defined as ratio of the partial standing waves amplitude at antinode to the amplitude at a node along the line. That means standing wave ratio is nothing but it is a ratio of antinode to the node in the transmission line. SWR equals to ratio of antinode to the node in the transmission line. When will we get this standing wave ratio? Only when the impedance mismatches. When impedance mismatches, we will obtain the standing wave ratio. It is a ratio of antinode to the node on the transmission line. Now let us go for the radiation pattern. Radiation pattern. So a plot of the gain as a function of direction. Radiation pattern is nothing but it is a plot of a gain as a function of direction. Now antenna polarization. So if you consider the electromagnetic waves, so for the electromagnetic wave, polarization is the effectively the plane in which the electric wave vibrates. Electromagnetic wave, the polarization is effectively the plane in which the electric wave vibrates. So that is nothing but antenna polarization. Front to back wave ratio. Now let us go for the front to back ratio. So ratio of signal strength transmitted in a forward direction to that of the transmitted in a backward direction. Front to back ratio of VR is nothing but ratio of signal strength transmitted in a forward direction to the transmitted in a backward direction. That means it is a ratio of forward direction to the backward direction in which the signal strength is transmitted. That is nothing but front to back wave ratio, or we can say ratio of power gain between the front and rear of a directional antenna. Ratio of power gain between the front and rear of a directional antenna is nothing but front to back ratio. Now, so during the operation of the antenna, these requirements may change. That means here these are the various parameters we have. So while the performance of the antenna are due to the operation of the antenna, these requirements we don't want all these parameters at a time. So according to the requirements, we'll consider the different parameters here. So during the operation of the antenna, these requirements may change. So thus there is no unique definition for the antenna bandwidth. So the functional bandwidth of the antenna is generally limited by one or more factors mentioned above. So here, let us see some of the definitions of the bandwidth. So bandwidth over which the gain of the antenna is higher than the acceptable value, or bandwidth over which the standing wave ratio of transmission line feeding antenna is below the acceptable value. That means here we are considering here the gain, or here we will consider here standing wave ratio. So here bandwidth over which the gain of the antenna is higher than the acceptable value, or bandwidth over which the standing wave ratio of transmission line feeding antenna is below the acceptable value, or bandwidth over which, if you consider here front to back wave ratio, so bandwidth over which the FBR is minimum equal to the specified value. So these are the different definitions for the bandwidth, depends upon the parameters which we have chosen. So thus in general we can define the bandwidth of the antenna is the band of frequencies. Generally we can define it is a band of frequencies over which the antenna maintains required characteristics to the specified value. But as the requirements of the antenna change during the operation, the specifications are set depending upon the application for which that antenna is used. That means here for certain antenna, now let us consider some of the parameters which we are used here. And here, by considering the different parameters, we left in the lower frequency limit or higher frequency limit. So when we left in the lower frequency limit, or when we left in the higher frequency limit, let us see here. If you consider the parameters like pattern, gain, or impedance, that means if we consider the parameters like pattern, gain, or impedance, so by using these parameters, we will obtain the lower frequency limit. And how it will happen, let us see. So here, antenna where due to the increase in side lobe level, antenna gain decreases. That means whenever the increase, we can observe the increase in the side lobe level. Actually, generally we will transmit the energy by using the major lobe or only main lobe. But here, whenever we can observe the increase in the side lobe level, what will happens here? Antenna gain decreases. So in a particular direction we will send, but whenever the another side lobe level, if it increases, antenna gain will become decreases, and resistance value changes. Then we left in the lower frequency limit only by considering the parameters like pattern, gain, or impedance. But other than these, that means here pattern, gain, or impedance, other than these parameters, if you use, so while the other parameters decide the higher frequency limit. So in general, the antenna bandwidth mainly depends on impedance and pattern of the antenna. So at low frequency, generally impedance variation decides the bandwidth, as pattern characteristics are frequency insensitive. So under such condition, bandwidth of the antenna is inversely proportional to the Q factor. So here, thus bandwidth can be expressed mathematically as bandwidth equals to or BW, or we can represent with delta omega equals to omega 2 minus omega 1, or omega naught by Q. Therefore, delta omega equals to omega naught by Q, or delta frequency, change in frequency equals to F2 minus F1, or which is equals to F naught by QH. So here F naught, it is a center frequency or design frequency or resonant frequency, while Q factor of the antenna is given as Q equals to 2 pi into total energy stored by the antenna to the energy radiated per cycle. So thus for the lower Q antennas, antenna bandwidth is very high. And if we consider the for higher antennas, antenna bandwidth is low. That means here for lower Q antennas, antenna bandwidth is very high, and vice versa. So here, this is the bandwidth which we are expressed as mathematically by using here Q factor. So here, bandwidth of the antenna is inversely proportional to the Q factor of the antenna. So this is how the bandwidth changes by using different parameters or by using different characteristics. Thank you, children.